Hello, my name is Clara Calhoun. I'm a SMAD student. I'm recording on my phone, by the way, so sorry if the audio is a little weird. It's not working on the computer, but I'm going to be giving you guys a Photoshop tutorial on how to make a postcard. So we're going to start by going to Photoshop, opening new file, and clicking on the default Photoshop size for a 7x5 image, which is pretty standard for a postcard. And this is going to be more like a Christmas card or a holiday card from JMU. So as you saw, I went to the top, clicked File, and then you go down to Place Embedded. And I'm going to place this image right here. It's just a picture I took of JMU in the snow. And we're going to reframe it to fill the whole canvas. And then once it's rasterized, one of the first things I'm going to do is retouch it a little bit using a spot healing brush. So if we click on that tool, my goal right now is to try to get rid of this bird scooter. So we're gonna see if I can do that with a spot healing brush. This is not really a spot, but we're gonna make it a spot. So up here you can change kind of the size of the tool. So I'm just gonna go like so. Generally this works well with like actual spots. This is not really a spot. It's a scooter. But we're gonna try it anyway. Okay, look at how beautiful that turned out. Next thing I'm going to do is customize my interface. We're not going to use it right now, but we'll use it later. So in order to do that, you go to Window, and then you can scroll all the way down to, right there, Adjustments. And then I'm going to allow that to be up because later I'm going to be using it. Next, I'm going to be adding a new layer to put some text on the screen. So if you go to the bottom and you click New Layer here, it'll add a layer, and then you go over to the side and click Horizontal Type Tool. And I'm just gonna type Happy Holidays from JMU. And I am going to have this take up 2 lines. So I'll just press Enter after holidays there. So zoom out a little, and we're just going to move this all the way to the top. And we're going to select it and just make the text significantly bigger. Just like that. The next thing that we're going to do is duplicate this background image by right-clicking on that layer, going to the top, and we'll press Duplicate Layer. You can just label it as a copy, and we're just going to leave that there for now. Next, we'll be uploading a new file. You can do so by coming up here to File, and like before, we say Place Embedded, and I'm just going to add this other image that I have. We're going to go to the image here, right-click it, and then what we're going to do is convert it to a smart object. So now it's a smart object, and what we can do with that is go up to Edit, and do a perspective warp. So if we want it to look like we're looking up, we can frame it like this, press Enter, and manipulate the perspective a little bit, just like that. Maybe we draw these over like this, so it kind of looks like we're really just looking up into the sky of this image. And because that's a smart filter, we can also remove that at any time, which is nice if you want to make temporary edits. Next, we're going to be adding an adjustment layer also to this so we can make some more edits. You do that by going up to the top, you can press Layer, and then down here, it's New Adjustment Layer. And we're just going to be changing the brightness and contrast. What I want to do is come over here, and I'm just going to click Auto, and that is going to auto-generate some edits for us. So I actually want the contrast to be a little bit lower than that. I'm going to bring it back down to there. I'm going to like the brightness. We can amp that up a little bit, and then again, like the smart filter, we can take it off and add it back in. But I'm going to leave it in for now. Next, we're going to be trying to blend this into the original image. So we're going to right click it, and on the top there's an option for blending options. Here shows us all of the options that we have. Maybe we try this luminosity filter, I quite like that. And then we lower the opacity. So you can just kind of see the outline of those trees over top of the background. So we're going to bring the image of the snow over top of the text, and we're going to right click it and press Create Clipping Mask. That way the text will look through the original snow image that we blended over top. And what we can do with this is just make some adjustments so that the text is a little bit easier to read. What we can do after we have created that clipping mask is take it from 100% opacity where you can't read it that well and change the opacity maybe down to 40%. Let's try that. And see, now there is a darkness over top, but we can still read the text a little bit, and it still has some of the same shading as the background. I'm going to change it to 30% there, and it looks like you can still see through it to the original image. And there's the postcard.